Hello everybody, this is Tyler here once again from the Character Workshop. Hold on, I gotta turn this down a little bit. But, here we go. So this is the Season 10, Episode 13 episode of Angry Birds Mania, Tonto the Tearjerker, which was based off of one of my friends, Kate the Bonsley 84's ABM ideas called, what was it, Heartbroken, Homeless, and I forget what the other word was, but yeah, it was based off one of her picture ideas and stuff, and she really wanted me to make this into an episode, but I agreed because, let's face it, she's my friend. I consider her I consider her like my best internet friend on earth, so yeah. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Although I did have a bit of a worried feeling in myself because since I didn't really think Angry Birds Mania should cover on these type of sad topics, but if it's for a friend, then I'm doing it. Thankfully, I've added a little side story right here with Leroy and the Whitebirds, like Leroy with Henry Jr. and stuff. And of course, another addition to this episode that wasn't in her original idea will also be added. So yeah, so you'll be seeing that in a moment. And is there anything else to talk about in this episode? Yeah, I didn't really want to use the same title as she did, so I decided to make a creative title in some way called Tonto the Tearjerker. So of course, I wanted to use a form of alliteration, and it sort of sounds catchy when you think about it. And just like Family Reunion, which I commentated on yesterday, this episode was another episode that was voted as like the best episode of this season. So yeah, this episode was voted for best episode of season 10 and stuff. So oh yeah, and is there anything else to say? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't really plan out these commentary things. I just say what I want and just say stuff that I think is important to talk about in each episode. So yeah. And of course, this episode, I think the idea for this episode, actually, now that I remember, she actually gave me 2 different ideas for this episode. She asked me if I wanted to either make this episode idea out of the Heartbroken idea of hers, or make an episode based off of I forget what the title was, but it was an episode idea she had, where like Henry Jr. was about to get hit by a bullet, and like Leroy like saves Henry Jr.'s life, and yeah. That was also originally planned for this episode, but I didn't use that idea. I liked the Heartbroken one better, so yeah. So what else was I gonna say? There's probably a lot of stuff to say about this episode. Oh yeah, I added Grandpa Angry Bird in this episode to sort of bring a little bit of comedy in there, but not 100% comedy, just a little bit of comedy. Because Grandpa Angry Bird has recently been on a lot of people's top 10 lists for Angry Birds Mania characters, so I wanted to add him in this episode. And I sort of feel a bit disappointed how I haven't been adding Grandpa Angry Bird lately in Angry Birds Mania. Wait, actually, Season 11, Episode 12 I actually added him in, so that would technically count as a recent appearance, so oh yeah, this episode sort of revealed Tonto's secrets about the pills he takes and how he gets angry and stuff, and so anyway, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I've also added the whole Grandpa Angry Bird old radio thing to also bring to the comedy thing. Oh yeah, the rat thing was also a part of Kate the Bonsley 84's episode idea too, so I had to add a little bit of that in there. I don't want to show like a full detail of Jose actually getting bitten by a rat, because I thought that'd be, at first I thought it'd be too gruesome for this episode, and second of all, I don't remember, I just didn't really find it that appealing to actually have a physical appearance in this episode. I wanted it to be mentioned, I just didn't want it to be physically appearing.
Really? Oh my gosh.
And of course, like some recent Angry Birds Mania episode, this episode was filmed in my office, which is where I'm filming this commentary in, so what a coincidence. Oh yeah,
Yes, I do. Just like my
is there anything else to say about this episode? There's so much about this episode that I've got to talk about, yet so little time to explain it. I mean, sure, this episode is like close to 7 minutes long, but it feels like a little bit of too little time to me, so
what causes me anger.
Oh yeah, this is the part where Tonto reveals about the the whole pills thing.
Yeah, but
So,
medication.
excuse me, I burped.
Like aspirin? I'm not
So,
talking about aspirin as my medication. I'm talking about
I really wish I had more to talk about.
Stuff.
I really wish I was,
Oh, yeah, I
like,
used to
prepared.
do that stuff too.
So,
as you can tell from our appearances.
oh yeah, this part was also funny, like, the camera, which is basically me, showing,
Alright.
the comparisons between Tonto and Grandpa Angry Bird, and,
Let's hope I get a response back.
and of course, oh, the letter thing was also, like, somewhat of another idea that was used,
Well, yeah, since Captain America isn't here, I might as well be the tile card guy.
like, oh yeah, the letter part was, like, another, idea she had, but it was, like, separate from this episode. But she wanted to add the letter thing in there, too, because, I don't know, she calls it, like, one of her, most depressing, like, Egbert's Mania episode ideas ever, but, I just wanted to find some way to make it not as depressing, but still have some heart in there somewhere.
Yes, we accept your apology, Senior
So,
Tonto. Really?
Yep, and this is, like, close to the end of the episode, so, how much time do we got left?
That's right.
We got about, less than a minute left, so, less than a minute to talk about some stuff.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to agree.
So yeah, this episode, of course, it didn't have the pigs in there at all, which, isn't too surprising, but,
Alright.
of course, Season 10 was known for being the first season to not have every character be in every episode, but to have some characters appear in different episodes, so... Oh yeah, I love this part too. The part where Henry Jr., like, somehow accidentally eats Tonto's pills and becomes angry. Yeah, this part was funny. I wanted to add that in there to make it funny.
Angry.
Yeah.
What the heck was that for? Why did he get all mad?
Oh yeah, and Leroy realizes that he has Tonto's pills in his cupboards.
In here again.
So yeah.
Let's hope the Whitebirds don't find out.
Alright. Well, that's about it for this commentary of this unplanned Egbert's Mania commentary video. So that's about it for now. Thanks for the 351 views, even though it isn't really that much, but still. 6 likes and 1 dislike. Wonder who that 1 dislike was from. Now, anywho, put in the comments below about which episode of Egbert's Mania I should do a commentary on next. So, I'll see you all later. TCW peeps.